for this one between the Green Bay Packers and the Dallas Cowboys. Katie York set to get this one started. And off we go from Dallas. And this isn't even going to be close, partner. The opening kickoff fails to reach the landing zone, so they're going to have to defend from the 40 to begin this game. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10.
Cowboy 80. Set, hurt. Ready.
Well, running here with Jaden Blue. Drops by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on second.
Ready, set.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9.
Let's go. Ready.
He's dropping back to throw. Makes the connection. This is Jaden Blue. And a bit of deja vu as they stop him at the line once again.
He specializes in salvaging broken plays out of the backfield, but even he couldn't get anything out of that one, Kate. That defense, they were all over it.
Viking 18. Warriors 70.
To the air on 3rd and long. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down. So they couldn't throw for it on 3rd down, and as a result, they're headed off the field earlier than expected on their opening series.
Keeping them off the scoreboard, well, that's already a win defensively. Not letting them even cross midfield, that's the cherry on top.
And something on the return, but not much, as it still ends inside the 20.
At their own 16-yard line.
Okay,
Getting
quick.
pistol formation here first as they come to the line.
Here we go. Set.
They'll throw to begin this drive. Setting up the running back screen. And he's taken down after a very productive effort there, Brock, up to the 40-yard line. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the first.
Got to be a pretty good actor. Got to be pretty good at selling to that defense. That's a drop back pass. When you get a big play on the screen like that, boy, it's choreography by everybody on that offense.
It took them one play, Brock, and they have already made it to the 40-yard line. Back now, pressure coming. Has him on the quick hitter. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 47. Right side, quick pass. He's blocked. That ball's free. And they pick it up. Time to push for that marker. And it goes the distance. Touchdown, Green Bay. The Packers picked up the fumble and ran it home. Man, this offensive season has barely begun, and they are already, Brock, celebrating in that end zone. I mean, still basically a full 17 games to go. And so far, so good.
Pay off all of that offseason work. The OTAs, the mini camps, get into preseason, training camp, all of them. You can't do it much better than that.
Now is York to kick this one away. And that is a rough one, Brock. It came down well short of that 20-yard line minimum he needed, so this drive going to begin from the 40-yard line instead.
Come on.
Shotgun snap, a give to Blue. He starts out this drive with a nice gain of 8, second down.
Cool thing about a drive starting run like that, Kate, is it really just gives you every opportunity to play with whatever you want to do. As for me, I like to reward that runner. Give it to him again and see if he can get you a new set of downs.
Ready, go.
Handoff on second and short. And they'll get him down after he gets into the 48. 3 yards there and enough to move the chains.
You know what I like about a second and short run play, Kate? Yeah, I like getting a first down. But you know what I like even more? That's going to set up a play-action pass in a similar down and distance, and that defense is going to have to key on the run.
They'll work against the blitz. He beams one deep right side. And someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Pat Surtain has it. And the Packers will take over as he records his first interception of our season. Packers getting set here. First and 10. Now he'll throw off the play fake. He's going deep this time. This is caught inside the 15. And into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Green Bay. The Packers parlay the interception into points. Christian Watson with the touchdown. Look good on the point after. And the Packers drive out to an early 14-0 lead. Now he's York to kick this one away. Return starts from the 16. This makes it up to the 25.
Take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. First and 10. Play straight ahead. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
That's the kind of yardage that's not going to kill this drive on the first play, but it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now second down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3 and out.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on second down. Back to throw now. Chased out to his right. Couldn't connect right side. It's incomplete. First time this game they've looked to him. So now it's going to be third and long.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
Complete beyond the marker. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. Give him 24 on that play. And that's good for a Dallas first down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Go play action on first down. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
I can promise you that is a throw, and as a quarterback, when it leaves your hands, you do not want to flirt with as this game goes on. That is a prime one that DB can cut off and take the other way.
Still sticking with the passing game. An all-around tough play for him. Took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete. Well, even with the pick on that last drive, partner, he was showing no hesitation whatsoever.
Well, in order to play this game, Kate, at this level, you've got to be aggressive. You can't let a previous mistake really affect your next decision. I'll say this as well. In the NFL, you throw into coverage too many times, there are going to be more interceptions.
Here he goes, 3rd and long. That's caught for the first. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. He picks up 15 on the play. And that'll be good for a Dallas first down. All set to go now from the 35. On first down, it's Blue. And he can only manage 1 yard. The defenders were at the ready to bring him down.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. Back to throw. Connection made with the rookie from Boise State. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
Here's the give on 3rd and short. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. The Packers take their first time out. And after using an early one, 2 left for him to spend.
Y'all gotta pump my taste. Y'all can't talk about basic. We might more Power Rangers. Mine's also dangerous. Y'all talk outrageous. Don't trust the matrix. Got that trust my savior.
All right, down a couple of scores. They want a bigger swing than just 3. They're going for this. They're going to try to throw for it. No good. The pass goes incomplete, and that lengthy drive ends with nothing but a turnover on downs.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
Now they're going to throw out of the gun. On the move, headed right. Now here he goes. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31. We're through 1 quarter of this opening weekend of football. Our score, 14-0. Back to AT&T Stadium in just a moment. Time for our second quarter. It'll be Packer football to begin. They're looking at 2nd and 4. Setting him on the dive. Now that's not what the offense styled up. They stick him for a loss. It's going to be 3rd down. Well, the extra blocking sure didn't spring that run the way they hoped it would, Brock.
In the old West Coast system, you call 12 personnel, 2 tight ends, Tiger. Tiger package comes on the field. That was a whole lot more like a kitty cat effort there.
3rd and long. They're going to throw. Defender is there. He knocks it away, and that's going to force 4th down. Well, he's been perfect to that point on the drive, Brock. First time we've seen this coverage force him into a misstep in a while.
I know you hear me talk all the time, Kate, about the rhythm of an offense, right? And I look at it through those optics so much. But it's the same thing defensively. You've got to get a stop, see the ball hit the ground to knock them out of that rhythm.
And that punt hits and kicks out of bounds beyond the opposing 35.
33-yard line.
First down now, ball at the 33. They're going to throw here to begin the drive. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, he falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
Safe to say there's been an early disconnect between the planning phase and the execution phase for this offense. Might be time, Kate, really to get back to basics, to the calls that you just trust the most.
So still 10 to go on second from the 33-yard line. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Escapes the pocket. He's keeping it. And they're going to get to him right along that midfield stripe, Brock, as he's set out. That play good for 17 on a first down.
Oh, that just sucks the wind out of a defense. So demoralizing. So many guys do things the right way, only to see a quarterback evade the pressure and go get that first down anyway.
They'll run here on first down. And the ball is going to remain at midfield as he is stopped at the line. No gain.
So close to a big loss of yards for those guys up front. 1 second sooner, they got the tackle behind the line. But a stop to celebrate nonetheless.
Second and 10, here's the pass. That's going to be an incomplete pass on the throw to the right. Now he already has himself one interception in his game, partner, and throws like that are going to find him another if he isn't careful.
Yep, those are the throws you want to intersperse, kind of sprinkle into your passing game. Because if they become the norm and you're constantly thrown into coverage, that's when one pick becomes two.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. So the hurry up here. Before they can run a play on fourth down, we have a timeout. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. They'll punt another one away. Corey Bojorquez returning to the field. And he wants to hit his second effort just as well as he hit his first.
The Packers take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Green Bay offense to the line now. First and 10. Lone back gets the handoff. And he's out of bounds. Defenders get there to drive him out right near that 40-yard line. Get 22 out of that play. And that's good for a Green Bay first down. Big shot to begin the drive has him up beyond the 40. To the air now on first and 10. Buys time, rolling right. He can run it. And he's out of bounds. Looks like right at the midfield stripe.
Well, the QB made something happen and got some yardage when the play didn't develop right. And even got himself out of bounds to avoid a hit. The only negative at all is he couldn't quite get the first down.
After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short. First tone of the game for James Cook. Defender gets to him right around the line. It's going to be marked as no gain. So, Brock, that means third down coming up.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
The handoff on third and short. They sent him right up the gut, but he wasn't able to get anywhere. The defense braced for impact, and they made the stop. It's fourth down.
It's weird to say, and it certainly won't show up on the stat sheet, but I want to give a lot of credit to that runner. Even though it didn't gain a yard, it actually took a heck of an effort just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Another carry for him. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. So they hit him for 5 yards on fourth down, and they get the successful conversion.
That's simply a bet being made that not only is your call or scheme better, but that your players just want it more than the big fellas on defense do. And clearly on that one, they did.
And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Cowboys will take over as he records his first interception of our season. Well, I know I don't need to tell you, partner, but if you're going to try to get aggressive, really push a throw downfield like that, You have to be smart about how you do it.
Yeah, that is spot on, Kate. If you've got to find that spot when you know the coverage won't be able to hold up, especially as you go 20, 30, 40 yards down the field. Hey, listen, these defenders in the league today, you throw a ball deep down the field like that, it turns into a 50-50 ball. More times than not, they can make a play and take it away just as they did.
Now timeout taken by Green Bay. That's it, second. They're down to their final one in this half. All right, here we go. Second down. Back to throw. He just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be third down.
With each incompletion, each turnover, each sack, you can almost just feel this offense's frustration. Really imperative, this quarterback, stay positive. Just keep chopping away.
Third and long for him here. Knocked away and hits the ground, incomplete. That brings up fourth down.
That one really stings, Kate, because you want to convert there and not only keep this drive going for points, but because now you're giving your opponent a chance to go pad that lead before halftime. That's a no-no.
And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. And it's going to be on 2-minute warning. 1:54 left in the half. Stay with us. More from AT&T Stadium coming up. First call here coming from the shotgun. Back to work after throwing the pick. Finds him over the middle. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
That's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, makes second and third down a whole lot easier to manage.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Pass play now. He put some juice on a deep throw down the middle. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
Shotgun now on third down. It's incomplete. Should have been a catch downfield, but off his hands and to the ground it goes. The Packers send out their punting unit. And he'll try to hit this one well. Ooh, it's away, but he knows he mishit that one. Headed for the sideline. And there won't be a return here. This punt is out of bounds. They'll say inside the 40. The Cowboys have it in great field position as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. Now throw to start the drive. He fires one deep down the right sideline. And this is going to end up incomplete. Really aired it out there on 1st down, but just couldn't make the connection.
Fairly safe to say as that one falls incomplete this first half so far, it's not met the standard they set for themselves.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. He isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. Now Dallas is going to call its 2nd timeout. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half.
It's looking like a dreaded 3-and-out offensively, but listen, if you can't keep your quarterback clean and upright, you're going to need some magic, big-time magic, to convert on this 3rd and long.
That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. It arrived as the ball did to break things up. And they're going to be stuck with a 4th and long. Corey Bojorquez on the punt. And he's been one of the players of this game. return amounts to much. They bring him down.
First and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
First and 10 from the 32. Going wide receiver run to start this series. And he's out of bounds beyond the 35-yard line. First down play, that's in 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
You know, Kate, that might be a little bit of a disappointing run to him. He wanted more. They always do. That's exactly what they were after offensively to get this drive moving.
First down run, nabs him 5. Now 2nd and 5. Working now from the gun. Forced out to his right. That's too far in front, and it's not going to be caught.
Okay, this quarterback gets out of the pocket, genuinely a coin toss, whether he's going to keep it with his legs or put it in the air. Sigh of relief there defensively as that ball falls incomplete.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Shotgun snap, they'll throw. And this is lofted deep down the middle. He's got it inside the 10! He will not score, but that does set him up, Brock, with 1st and goal, less than a yard away from the end zone. Timeout taken by the Packers, their 3rd and final one. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. Complete on the option. Not able to make a push for that goal line. He's hit for a loss back at the 3.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
And they're going to get up to it and spike it. That's going to stop the clock. This needs to find the end zone, Brock. It's 3rd and goal. Throwing from the gun here. And it's incomplete on 3rd and goal. Took his shot at 6 that time. And that forces them to 4th and goal. So close to the end zone, but with time winding down, they're going to try for the field goal. This is a chip shot from the left hash. York knocks it through. And just before halftime, Brock, they're able to add 3 to their advantage.
We know that most of these coaches really don't crack that big smile until they get that W with 60 minutes over, but I see a little sly smile on that coach's face because that's terrific execution. You work those situations to pay them off with points. They did just that.
This one doesn't make the landing zone, so this drive's going to start at the 40. He'll throw it. He's going to push one deep down the right. He's going to get a hand in there and knock that one away. So 2nd down now after the incompletion. So we're through 2 quarters now. Still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see what the first half adjustments of the season are as they're teed up, and away we go in our 2nd half. Here's a return from the 7. And in the end, Brock, a pretty exciting touchback as the return comes out to the 30.
At their own 30-yard line.
Packers getting set here. 1st and 10. Across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop it. Give him 13 on that play. And it'll give the Packers the 1st.
Well, more often than not, it's a passing game that's asked to go from 1st down to 1st down in just one play. Get that big play potential on the ground. Jeez, it just infuses your offense with confidence.
1st down from the 42. They'll go play action. Oh, he put everything he had into that throw.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
Second down, still 10 to go after that incomplete pass. Back to throw. Throw left side to Watson. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
It's a nickel set for the Cowboys on this third down. Straight ahead, here's Cook. And they're turned away on third and short. Actually might have lost a yard. So that's going to bring up fourth down. Their dominance against this ground game rolls on, Brock. Add another stop to what's going to be some real nice film for them to watch.
How many times do you think in your lifetime, Kate, you've heard from a defensive coordinator, job number one is?
Stop the run.
And they've been doing it.
And that fair catch brought in just beyond the 30-yard line.
The Cowboys take over first and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
First and 10 from the 32. They'll come out throwing. Dumped off to his running back. Not a lot of room for him. He makes it to the 34. Jeffrey Simmons that time on the tackle.
Brings up second and 8 at the 34-yard line.
Second down pass play coming. And he let his man just a little too much there. That's an incomplete pass. Looking for his wide receiver there. And things look tougher now with third and long.
This defense, they had a plan. And they've done an excellent job executing it. Instead of a main character, they've reduced this receiver to a footnote. Kudos to the job collectively on defense.
That is once again incomplete, and consecutive incompletions have now pushed them to fourth down.
The issues this offense has been having, well, they extend well beyond third down today. You can just look up that big goose egg on the scoreboard, but now, time's not on their side either.
A full quarter to go, but they feel like they got to make their move now. They are going for this. Here's the snap on fourth. They'll try forcing it to the slant. It's intercepted. Trayvon Merrick has it. And the Packers will be down inside the opposing 35 as they... over after that interception. Well, no doubt they envisioned that as the start of a second-half push for the lead. But the defense, well, defense had other ideas, Brock, protecting their team's advantage and taking possession back on the first play of the series.
Not the way you needed to start the half if you were thinking comeback, but exactly the way to start the half if you're trying to take this lead and step on it. That's a defender who sensed the need for a splash play and delivers.
New set of downs for him from the 31. To throw here on first down. Throwing all the way to the end zone here. And that's incomplete. Wanted to dial up the aggressiveness there like that, but couldn't connect. Second down.
That's going to be see a play tomorrow, when they watch it on tape, they're going to be kicking themselves a bit, Kate. You get man-to-man coverage down in the red zone, you got to take advantage of it. It's hard. Zone coverage and the windows are so tight. You get man, got to find a way to win.
They'll throw on 2nd and 10. Has it at the 7. And he will not score, but that does set him up, Brock, with 1st and goal, less than a yard away from the end zone.
One thing we don't have in football is we don't have that radar gun. But if we did, Kate, this is the kind of throw, when you throw it that deep outside the numbers, that requires a serious fastball, serious arm strength, and he just showed it off.
They'll try and punch it in, and he's in for the touchdown. The Packers pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. York now for the extra point. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Packers make it a 24-point ball game.
Cowboys nothing. Cade York to kick off.
On now is York to kick this one away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
To the line come the Cowboys. Good starting spot here, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And have him gain up about a handful there. Brought down by Quay Walker.
That's one of those sneaky little runs, Kate, that gets you enough yards to create some doubt into that defensive coordinator. You can stick to the ground. You could throw beyond the sticks. You really create some indecision now defensively.
Looking for his back, but it will not find it. That's incomplete. Brings up 3rd down.
Yikes. As that pass falls to the ground, Kate, you kind of just sense their desperation, just kind of oozing out of them. Running out of time to start connecting on more of these and really break open the scoring in a way they just have not been able to do so far.
Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. And that leaves them with 4th and 5.
It has been a tough slog for them to keep up at any point in this game. And failing to convert on that 3rd down, yet another symptom of the overall illness of the day.
All right, looks like this is the moment. They're going to make their comeback push. They're going for it on 4th. Bails out of the pocket quick. And that's going to wind up incomplete as their gamble doesn't pay off. They're going to turn this one over on downs.
You go for it on 4th down. It's got to be something from the short list of plays you expect to work every time. If that one's on the short list, I think it's got to be reevaluated. Something wasn't working on it, and it cost them a possession.
And they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal here from the 7.
He just made a difficult throw to the outside. Look elementary, Kate, and that's not easy. The placement, excellent. But it helps set his target up to put some more yards on that stat sheet.
4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. From the red zone now. That one's incomplete in the end zone. Thought he had a touchdown there. And that makes it 2nd and goal.
As I watch practices today, Kate, both college and professionally, one thing is abundantly clear. Teams spend so much more time in the red zone. They know it's the money zone. And defensively, if you can force incompletions and knock it away and lead teams for field goals, you've got a great chance to win.
Now backed up to the 8, 3rd and goal. Here he goes, 3rd and long. And it's incomplete on 3rd and goal.
That is just a nice stretch of some reps there defensively. Really one of the areas when you watch college game to the NFL game that there is a vast difference. And that's the tightness of coverage. These windows of opportunity are small, and they could not find a completion. Inspiring a bunch of confidence in himself right there, Kate. 2nd time they brought him out for a field goal, and 2nd time he's knocked it right through. Trust is earned in a number of different ways on the field, but that's the best way to gain it as a kicker.
Starting at the 10. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down.
Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Cowboys just about set. Here comes 1st and 10. They'll throw to begin this drive. Has him on the quick hitter. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Offense in the hurry up here.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 33-yard line.
Off the play fake, he'll throw. Flushed out of the pocket. Oh no, they get him yet again. And the Packers are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season. Green Bay offense to the line now. 1st and 10. Now a give running right. And he only gets a couple before going out of bounds, Brock. So 2nd down coming up.
This offense is now left with some ground to make up a little bit here on 2nd down after that drive starts with a very minimal gain.
They'll work against the blitz. Nothing there left side as it ends up incomplete. No luck finding his receiver that time. So they're left facing 3rd and long.
Once that quarterback broke the pocket, kind of turns into like a zone read option a little bit. Kate, you got a couple choices. Keep it yourself or try to force the throw. There was nowhere to go. He really should have used his legs.
And into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Green Bay. The Packers parlay the interception into points. Well, as they drive forward to what right now looks like it should be a win, Brock. He sure has taken advantage of a nice little chance to boost his stat line. His 2nd touchdown of the game.
Yeah, you just kind of feel these two building some trust, right? Just more and more equity. Certainly paying dividends in this one, more than likely for more games to come.
Now is York to kick this one away. This is taken in at the 13. And in the end, he's able to get it to about the 25-yard line before he's hauled down.
At their own 25-yard line.
Starting out trips right here. 1st and 10. Not deterred by that pick. He's throwing again. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Tough one to retain through that hit. So it'll be 2nd down. They haven't found it easy to score in this one, Brock, and physicality just like that, a big reason why.
And it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. And you could hear the physicality of that knock.
And they pick him up again! Picked up by Dax Hill. Well, we all remember they were able to turn that 1st interception into a touchdown, and now they get a chance to do it again.
Yeah, takeaways are A1. We know that. Every defensive preaches it. But when you could score off those turnovers, points off takeaways, that often leads to huge results for your team.
And this one is launched downfield. This is caught inside the 15. It's a huge pickup on the play. And that's good for a Green Bay 1st down. We've reached the end of 3 in our Week 1 opener. It's their football, and with that type of lead we've got on the scoreboard, this game pretty close to over. So a new set of downs. Here we go, 1st and 10. Throwing from the gun. Completed to his running back. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11.
Kid, I don't know why every once in a while I get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. Where one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find collisions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion or at a premium in this league.
The presence of those tight ends works both ways, Brock. You know this. Gives them more blockers up front, but it also clues the defense in to be ready for that run.
Yeah, you could put 7 blockers up there, even put 8, I don't know, 9. All the blockers in the world, but if they don't work in concert together to create a lane, it doesn't matter.
And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up. For the 3rd time today, we see them setting up for a field goal. A very short kick here from the right hash. New York knocks it through. And they didn't even need those points when you look at how impressive that lead is.
Get another shot across the bow of a ship that's already sinking here, Kate. He could have made that field goal. Heck, he could have turned around and kicked it directly at his coach because it feels like they've got this one in hand.
Returning in from the 16. And he's walloped just as he gets across the 25. What a hit. He's down shy of the 30. Dallas getting everybody set. They've got 1st and 10. The middle, Blue. And this drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line. Hate to say it, but it kind of feels like time, Brock. It might be time for this offense to get a little more one-dimensional because his ground game hasn't done anything. I mean, just look up at the scoreboard.
Or maybe the in-between is a little play action. I mean, everything they've done, unfortunately, has not worked. And that one to go back.
And they pick him off again! And the Packers will take over as he records his 1st interception of our season.
Well, these were the kind of plays they needed, frankly, earlier in the game when it was still somewhat close. By this point, still a great play, but a bit of a hollow highlight with the game already decided.
1st down, play action. Caught, nice game left side. And they have this well into the red zone now at the 15. Gain 15 there. And it'll give the Packers the 1st.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Motioning one of the tight ends. On 1st down, they'll run. Well, he had to power through one tackle just to get back to the line that time.
When one defender failed, his buddy was there to swarm to the ball, make that play just as it gets to the line of scrimmage.
At the Cowboys' 15-yard line.
Back to the well again. As we're up into the secondary. And he runs this one in. Touchdown, Green Bay. The Packers continue adding to an insurmountable lead. York tacks on that extra point. And the Packers grow their lead yet again. On now is York to kick this one away. Fielded at the 7. Escapes the defender. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20.
At their own 22-yard line.
Cowboys just about set. Here comes 1st and 10.
Get ready to stick. Get ready to stick.
Shaking off the pit quickly. He's going to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Nice work by the defense to start this drive out. It's a sack on the first play.
In theory, Kate, that's exactly what complementary man coverage is supposed to look like. The DBs, well, they're sticky on the back end of it. The front end, that pass rush, it makes an impact that gets home. But of course, we know it's not that simple. It is really tough to lock down a full field for more than a second or two.
Second down and 19 yards to go after that sack.
Here we go. Here we go. Buffalo 18.
He'll look to throw. And that one's behind him. That's incomplete. This one misses the tight end. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
I hate to be Mr. Negative guy, but a sack 2 plays ago, an incompletion right there. All that's missing, Kate, is an interception on this play, and you're going to hand this quarterback a misfortune trifecta that nobody wants.
3rd and long for him here. Complete beyond the marker. And he's finally down to put a stop to this one, but a notable chunk of yardage broken off with that gain.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On third down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity. And man, did he make an impact play.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. This one is stopped after about a 5-yard pickup. The tackle made it to 45.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
5 still to go here. This is second down. Dropping back to throw. And whatever they were trying to do there is not going to work. Defenders all over it, so they take him down for a loss.
That just might be a throw he regretted as soon as you let it go. I know that feeling. He was doing all he could to find a completion down the field, but they were all over that check down and ready to turn it into a negative play.
Third down here, need 8 on the play. Third and long, they're going to throw. Connecting on the slant. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. That's the kind of reaction time you want when you face a draw play. They broke on it shortly after the draw started, and they contained it to a minimal gain.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9. I'll throw it. Connects on the crosser. And this play is nearly going to reach that 25-yard line. Defender there to take him out just short of it. That's 16 on the pickup. And that's good for a Dallas first down.
1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Here's a throw. Chased out to his right. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be 2nd down.
Those are the kind of decisions you got to make in that spot. And the smart quarterbacks, they seem to do it consistently. When you're in enemy territory, a throwaway is always better than risking a turnover.
Trying to throw this from the gun. This one found by a defender instead and knocked away. Back-to-back passes failing to connect, Brock. It's 3rd down.
You know, I say this all the time. You get down there to the red zone, and things happen so fast. Those windows close in a hurry. The quarterback's fortunate that was one hand and not 2 hands that got on the football.
Complete to Tremble. He's got his guys into the red zone before someone can force him out. Even 10-yard gain on the play. And that'll be good for a Dallas first down.
1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
In the red zone on 1st. And that'll chip away some of this near the end. It's caught for a touchdown. The Cowboys making the scoreboard look a touch better. Now, this one has been a long game, no doubt. But, hey, something positive to look back on there.
But they didn't quit, Kate, and I know that sounds a little cliche at this professional level, but it really is an important thing. This one will still hurt, but they showed some execution and fire.
That one splits the uprights. And the Cowboys take 7 points off the deficit. The Cowboys all ready for the kickoff, and here we go once again. On the return, here comes Reed. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. Packers getting set here. 1st and 10. Oh, Brock, look at this. He's setting up to throw it. Flush down now to his left. And it's incomplete. Kept the pedal down, though, the whole way, still taking shots until the very last play. So it's the visiting Packers who pick up the win. Well, partner, long season ahead, but undoubtedly a good start here today, getting the win in Week 1.